Joy, happiness, how to have joy, how to be happy. Those are some of the things I want to go over today. Um, so yeah, let's hop right into it. Um, when I first started going to therapy, one of the things that I always used to tell my therapist was, I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. That's the only thing I care about. I just want to be happy. And she would always correct me, and be like, well, no, you don't want happiness because happiness is based on what's happening. I think the word happy or something like that. The word happy is based off of what's happening, and joy. What you want is joy because joy is um, not based on those things. It's based on things you value and stuff like that. Um, and I guess I get that now, but I don't like the word joy. Like it just, especially if you say like how to have joy, like that just sounds like such a religious thing to say. I don't know. It grosses me out. But anyways, um, even though I may or may not title the podcast that, but we'll see what happens. But um, yeah, so yeah, I guess I understand what she's saying now, but I still don't like the word. Um, but I do understand it because before, if you don't know anything about my story, you can go back and check the first episode. Um, I just don't want to go over all of that like again and bore everyone else. Um, but yeah, before like when my life was like great or like perfect or whatever, um, I was extremely happy. Um, but it was because of the things that were happening around me. Everything in my life was going good. Like my situation was perfect. Um, so life was great. And then when I lost all those things, my life went downhill. Um, and that's part of the reason is because I put all my happiness in those things, and then when you just take that all away, it's kind of like when someone's sitting down and you take the chair from underneath them, um, you end up losing all that. So I ended up falling down that spiral. But um, and like now I my situation is exactly the same as it used to be. Um, but I'm probably like the happiest I've ever been, or happy. I guess is the wrong word still. I'm the I don't know. Why isn't joyful is the word? Like, let's have that conversation actually. Like, I need to call the Webster dictionary or whatever. It's like, how am I supposed to say this? I'm the most full of joy I've ever been. Like, that sounds weird. Let's just say I'm just gonna make it up. I'm the joyfulest I've ever been. um, but that doesn't mean like I don't. Sorry, I'm like kicking my mic. I'm sorry for the podcast listeners. Um, that doesn't mean I don't have like bad days or bad moments or like I don't get sad or anything like that. Doesn't mean that at all. Like I'm human and that's a part of life. And that's something you just kind of have to go through. But I'm nowhere near like where I used to be. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. A lot of times I get like a lot of thoughts in one, and I try to like they all try to come out at once, and it just does. I just say nothing for 10 seconds. So I'm sorry, but yeah, I still have bad days. I still have bad moments. Like I'm a human being, but I'm the joyfulest I've ever been, because my joy. I don't put my joy or my happiness in those things anymore. Um, yeah, so now the question is, okay, okay, that's good for you, I don't care, but how do I have joy? How do I have joy? I hate to say joy, but I don't know any other word like for that, so I'm just gonna keep saying it. But um, and that's a hard question. Just to keep it a buck, like I like to do on this channel. Well, not just on the channel. I keep it a buck with you no matter where it is. Okay, we on YouTube, we in the street. Like I'm gonna tell you what it is. Okay, but how to have joy. It isn't a one word. It isn't a simple answer. Like the answer for you might be different from someone else. And a lot of churches, hello, a lot of churches like to title sermons that how to have joy, and they just like to give you something on how to have joy. And I'm not saying like no, their points are wrong or um, anything like that. But I'm just saying it's different for other people because like for me, um, like I said, one thing I was doing was I was putting my joy in, what things around me, things that were happening, um, and I said happening like that because of the word happiness. Anyways, guys, do I look any tanner? I went to Miami and my mom told me I didn't look any tanner, but I feel like I do. Like, look at my arms, like, aren't they tanner? Anyways, sorry, that's my ADHD kicking in. Yeah, it's different for everybody. So, like I said, for me, it was, taking my joy out of things that were happening and putting them into to God in other areas. But for you, you might do that already. Like, that might not be an issue for you. So the advice I would give is to ask God to show you how to have joy, to show you areas that you're lacking in, areas that are stealing your joy. Because I don't know. I don't know like your situation. I don't know how you live your life. I don't know any of that. And I don't want to sit here and act like I do. I don't want to sit here and act like I know you, or even if I do know you in real life, I don't want to sit here and act like I can tell you that. So yeah, I would say to ask God to show you how to have joy and to teach you, to show you how to have joy, to show you areas that you are lacking in and areas that you can do better in, and to pray to, I don't know why I'm wording this so weird, I'm sorry, and to help to pray. I need you to pray to God and ask Him to help you to trust Him. Sorry, there were a lot of hymns and stuff, because that's another thing. Pastors, I'm not trying to shame churches here. I promise you, I'm not. But sorry, this is like it's like built up anger I have towards certain preachers or whatever. But ask Him to help you to trust God, because so many people just make it seem so easy. Like, oh, just trust God and it'll all work out. And what if it doesn't? Like, what if it doesn't work out? Like, what if what if this happens? What if that happens? Like, people make it seem so easy that like trusting God is just like a switch you can just flip. Like, oh, you know what? I didn't think of that. Let me just trust God. Got it. Like, no, it's not that easy. And it's something I never knew how to do. And I just had to pray constantly, continuously for God to just help me. And it's just something that He just kind of did. Honestly, like I don't really think I did anything different. I just kept praying about it, and eventually I just was able. And I'm not 100% like anything that goes wrong. I'm just like, you know what, God's gonna take care of it. Like I'm not, I'm a human being. But it's gotten to the point now where it's a choice for me. Sometimes I'll get like a bad thought or like something that might make me anxious, and sometimes I have the ability to like catch myself, like take a minute. This is just a thought. This is not real life. This is not actually happening to me. I'm going to give it to God. I'm going to allow God to handle the situation. I'm going to allow God to work in the situation. I'm not going to interfere with something that I have no control over. Yeah, man, that's just really been able to help me in my walk, in my journey. It's helped me with my anxiety a lot, because I'm not worrying as much about certain things. I'm just kind of giving it to Him, and I have less anxiety because of it. But again, it isn't like I'm not perfect. It isn't like I don't have anxiety. It definitely isn't like I don't have anxiety. it's not like I don't worry about anything. Like I'm very much a human being. Um, but yeah, trusting God has made life a lot more enjoyable for me. And there was a point in time where I didn't trust God. There was a point in time where I felt like, especially like when my life was like falling apart, I thought God was just taking everything away from me that I wanted. Um, and there was a part of me that thought He was like cruel for that, because like you're giving me all the things I ever wanted, and now all of a sudden you want to take it back. Like, why did you give it to me in the first place? Like, why are you teasing me? Um, and I really feel like something God's kind of like taught me about all that is like He was. Um, I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but I think this is of the Lord. Um, he was kind of teaching me to have hope, and giving me a glimpse. Again, this is just for me, like in my personal life. He's just giving me a glimpse of what's to come, and a glimpse of, um, my future. And yeah, so like in the moment, I was pissed. Like I hated it. Like why would you give me this just to take it away? Um, and I still don't necessarily understand it. But it's not meant for me to understand. It's just meant for me to believe that he has my best intentions. And no, how do I say this? He has good intentions. He has my best intentions. He's not gonna screw me over. Is what I'm trying to say. He's not trying to hurt me in any way. He wants what's best for me. So I mean, if you're in that season, where you're just not sure what's going on, and you just feel like God's like out to get you, I totally get that. I totally understand. I was there. Yeah, I just try to keep going, and just, I mean, I know this is only words, and words don't change anything, but just try to understand that you don't get it right now, and it hurts right now, and life sucks right now, but you're gonna get through it. Like, there's gonna be a light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, I say that a lot because that's what I needed to hear in my deepest, darkest moments. I just constantly needed encouragement. That's one of my love languages, like words of affirmation. So I just constantly like to hear those things. So I also like to give it out. So, but I don't know why I just said all that. But yeah, those are my biggest things. Just pray and ask God to help you, and to show you, where areas that might be stealing your joy, where areas that might be, causing you to not be as joyful or as happy as you could be, and then ask Him to help you to trust Him, and to trust His plan, and just to understand that you don't have to understand, because it's all going to work out for your good. So that's all I have. That's all I have for you today. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope it benefited you in some way. If it did, be sure to leave a like. Maybe share this with a friend, especially like if you know someone who's like going through something, or might be having a rough time right now. I just got like so tired all of a sudden, so I'm gonna end this here. Yeah, but like I said, share this with someone if you think they might need it, if you think it might help them. It's greatly appreciated. And yeah, I will see you guys next week.